What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast, coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow podcast brothers, Dorian, the D.A. Alberton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, and Daryl, D-Dub Warren. This is a
Well, as you can see, we're having a little technical difficulty here. Hey, we're here. We got the crew with us. Can everybody hear me? Let me just switch screens a little bit here. Hey, welcome to the Sports Chasers Podcast, man. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties, little internet connection difficulties, but we are here. We got a good show going on tonight, man. We got some WNBA talk. Yes, we got WNBA talk. We also got NBA talk, Major League Baseball talk, Judge's pursuit of 61 and 62, college football weekly in review, boxing. So we got the NFL review of Monday night's 2 games, the Titans and the Bills, and the Vikings versus the Eagles. Neither one was a match, plus the preview of the upcoming games, man. But let me introduce the crew tonight. Hey, I got my man, the Angry One, James Eric. What's up, brother? How are you?
Sports Chasers family salute. It's the Angry One coming at y'all on another Thursday night, and we got some special guests. Let's go.
No doubt Mike Mills will be right back as he just, there he goes. He's right there.
Greetings and salutations. We in the building. Let's do this.
No doubt. Hey, we got a special guest tonight, man. That's right. No doubt. My main man on the trigger tonight, Ryan DeSouza. He's here to talk about WNBA talk. You heard it right here. WNBA talk. Ryan, what's good, my brother? What's happening, man?
What's good, Kev, man? Thank you for having me. Thank you guys, so very much for having me, man. Talk about the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? I know that's taboo for a lot of people, but man, it's a good sport, man. It's fundamental. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just here to show them some love, man. Show the girls some love.
Gotcha, man. That's what's up, man. So we're gonna start. We're gonna let you have the floor, dog. We're gonna let you have the floor. What happened in this past week with the series, the WNBA series with the Aces? I believe they won the championship. Go ahead, brother. Take it away, man.
Yeah. Aces won the championship. They were favored going in. They had the best record. And they also have what they call the like the Governor's Cup or like a mid-season tournament, right? The mid-season tournament where the NBA is trying to adopt right now is that mid-season tournament, where it's you play within your schedule, you play like a tournament. It still counts against your schedule, but certain games are pronounced as your mid-season tournament. They won the mid-season tournament. They don't get paid that much money. You know what I'm saying? Hence why a lot of the girls go overseas to play during the off season. So it's just another form to generate some money for the ladies. It was a good tournament. It's a good tournament. So the Aces won that. And so over the weekend, it was the Aces, Las Vegas Aces versus the Connecticut Suns. So it was Vegas jumped out 2-0 on the series. At home. They went back to Connecticut, and Connecticut blew them out. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a blowout. So everybody thought, okay, hey, we might have to go back for a game 5. But Asia Wilson, the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, wasn't having it, man. So she almost, me being from Houston, she almost pulled an Akeem Olajuwon and won and won the MVP of the league, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and the championship. So I want to say I think Giannis did that as well in his championship run. But yeah, man, it's just like I said, I've been watching the WNBA ever since it started back in 1996, 97. And I just fell in love with the game, man. I hooped all my life, man. So it's something that I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? I clean up on FanDuel, WNBA FanDuel. I clean up on that. but yeah, man. But over the weekend, the Aces, they were down. They were up 2-1. Game 4, back in Connecticut, and it's a best 3 out of 5 in the WNBA for the championship. It's not like the NBA where it's best 4 out of 7. And it was a nip and tuck game, but the MVP wasn't having it, man. She balled out, and also the coach, Becky Hammond, the coach, who studied under Popovich in San Antonio. So that was her first year as coach, and they won the championship, man. So just spreading love to them, getting them some shine and some recognition. And I think it's important, man, because it's hard, man. It's hard for men to watch women's sports like that and be diehard the way I am about the WNBA. My passion for it, it's hard. So I'm just trying to push that. So with Kobe Bryant, he loved the WNBA, man. CP3. They're advocates for the WNBA, man. So yeah, right. Man. Yeah. So and there's issues like, for instance, Game 4, finals of the WNBA is at 4:00 on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? During week 2 of the NFL football season. So who's gonna watch it? You know what I'm saying? But other than people like myself who are diehard fans. So and they get a lot, and the league gets a lot of criticism for things of that nature. Like, well, why are you putting it up against that? It's not because of what they want. Yeah, they would like to be, you know what I'm saying, at a spot just for themselves. But remember, there's you have the broadcast windows and also too arena availability. So and they're low on the totem pole when it comes to arena availability. You know what I'm saying? So they just gotta take whatever they can get. You know what I mean? And they're on the ESPN network. ESPN does a fantastic job trying to push the game forward. And then of course with ESPN, you had, it was on ABC. But again, man, I hear a lot of criticism by people like, okay, if you want the league to strive and go to the next level, why are you, showing the games when nobody's gonna watch? It's not up to them. It's up to the networks. And like I said, they're low on the totem pole with getting that arena availability and getting the time slots for the broadcast. So it is what it is. But hey, the league's been going on for 25 years plus. So So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing, and also with the Aces too, man. They also got the Coach of the Year, MVP,
Right.
Defensive Player of the Year, most improved player. So they basically swept the season, man. And looking forward to another great season coming up. And and also me being part of advocate for the WNBA, I would be remiss if I didn't mention what's going on with Brittany Griner. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, her being detained in Russia, for something that's very minimal, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get into politics on the sports show, but I had to just mention Brittany Griner, and hope she comes home soon, and so she can ball out, because Brittany can hoop, man. Brittany can hoop. She's one of the stars of WNBA, one of the faces of the WNBA, and we would like to have her home soon, so she can grace the court, and then we can cheer for her and things of that nature, man. So so if you guys have any questions for me, you know what I'm saying, have at it.
I'm glad. First of all, I'm glad that you on the show, man. Appreciate you showing us some love, showing the WNBA some love, man. I'm glad you brought up Brittany Griner, because my question is, in your opinion, had the Russia fiasco not have happened, she would have came home. Do you think that the Mercury would have been able to turn it around and would have been at least have some say-so in these playoffs?
Oh, definitely. Listen, Taurasi was nicked up the whole year. All right. She could have played, but at the end of the season, they knew that they were kind of behind the 8 ball with all the injuries, and she was balling. And the other point guard was hooping as well. She got first all first team. Her name slips me. Oh my gosh, she's like, I
can't think of her name either.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I mean, like,
I gotta pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah,
that's gonna bother me.
Yeah, it's gonna bother me too. I'm like, it's on the tip of my tongue, man.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, hold on. She point guard for the
Skylar Diggins.
Skylar Diggins. Oh my God, how can I forget Skylar Diggins Smith? Like, yes, Skylar Diggins. Yeah, Skylar Diggins. She was unbelievable this year. She was first team all NBA. And they were balling. They brought in some other players. Ball forward from Connecticut. From Chicago Scott. They brought her in. And I thought they had a good chance. But then, Skylar had that beef with the coach, and that kind of put more on their season as well. Where they were, they didn't see eye to eye, and it was crazy, because they would go on a 3-game winning streak, then they'll have an injury, you know what I'm saying, and then at the end of the season, they just didn't have enough firepower, and then in the playoffs, I believe it was Shea Petty, she ruptured her Achilles. Yeah, she ruptured her Achilles, and then after that, they had like no guard play. So that was tough. But if Brittany Griner's on that squad with the Skylar Diggins, and a healthy Diana Taurasi, which I think is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Say it louder. So turn the volume up and break it off when you say it again.
Diana's a GOAT to WNBA, but I have other players who unfortunately didn't get a chance to play in the WNBA, which I thought was probably Cheryl Miller is just I think is just all world.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Cheryl Miller, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper. Oh man, I mean, Tina Thompson, Lisa Leslie. Just to name a few. Rebecca Lobo. Just to name a few. Give them their love and the pioneers, bro. I mean, and I get this a lot too. You know what I'm saying, from WNBA naysayers when they say, "Oh, it's not good basketball." I'm like, is it not? Are you watching it because you think because they're not dunking and they're not high flyers? because of their game is very fundamental. Like the argument with me and Marlon, Kev, he was like saying, "Oh, they were missing layups." I'm like, well, I see NBA players missing layups too. I'm like,
and they get paid way more.
Right. The girls don't miss free throws, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they shoot a high percentage again. And to Marlon's credit, like he said, they don't shoot it at the clip as the NBA does, but they play solid fundamental basketball, man. Which I appreciate, man. So, so it's I've heard people say lower the rims so they can dunk. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like,
cheating the game, man. Cheating the game.
They ain't Shaq alive.
Absolutely, man. Like, I'm like, come on, man. That's like, and you go out to the middle school, you got the little middle school rims, and everybody can dunk. I'm like, come on, man. Ain't nobody doing that. Like you say, they're cheating the game, man. So definitely, man. So, that's the feedback I always get from people. It's not good basketball. It's a bad brand of basketball. I'm like, have you seen these girls play? I'm like, you got Stewart. You know what I'm saying? She's all world. I mean, shoot, at Connecticut, she didn't even she won Final Four MVP every year, 4 years straight. These girls can hoop, man. These girls can hoop. And what can I say to Candace Parker? Man, what a gift she is. What a gift she is, man.
Please.
Yeah. Candace Parker, man. I'm like, she won a she went back home, she was with the Sparks. Went back home, to Chicago, won the championship with Coach Wade. Shout to Coach Wade. He's my fraternity brother. You know what I'm saying? The Noops. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, Candace Parker, man, what a terrific season she had, bringing home the championship for her hometown. You know what I'm saying? After basically the Sparks gave up on her. Also Chelsea Gray, the Sparks gave up on. You know what I'm saying? And she went to Las Vegas and she won Finals MVP. Just balling, man. These girls can hoop, man. These girls can absolutely hoop. Now, I get the argument sometimes. But it's like people watch the WNBA to watch them see them do bad rather than watching to see them do good. You know what I mean? Like they're looking for the mistake. You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of looking for the mistake, look at the fundamentals they play with. You know what I'm saying? Like low turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Ball handling. And we got two GOATs that's Sue Bird. Who's retiring, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just so you know what I'm saying? So Sylvia Fowles, who's from the Miami area, and she had a fantastic career, man. And then one person I would like to mention too is give her flowers. She retired, like 2-3 years to pursue Maya Moore. Now I think Maya Moore, bro. Let me tell you, man. If there's one woman I think that can play in the NBA, would be Maya Moore at the guard spot. That's the one NBA player I think would have a chance. I mean, I'm not saying she's gonna make a team or anything, but if you told me what one WNBA player you think could make an NBA team, not saying that they would, but out of the WNBA, which one would you pick? I would pick Maya Moore because of her guard skills, her physicality, especially with today's rule in NBA. You can't hand check. Maya Moore's a hooper, man. Like, so I'm sorry, fellas. I'm here making up my own questions.
No, you good. I got another question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rapid fire up here, man. So I'm gonna bring another name up to you. Shamika Holdsclaw. Talk about it.
Shamika Holdsclaw was dead nice. She went to Tennessee, correct? I want to say
she did. Yes.
Yeah, she went to Tennessee. Yeah, Shamika Holdsclaw was amazing as well. She didn't win that many championships, but but she was always, in the all NBA team. She was great defensively. Shamika can hoop, man. Shamika could hoop.
All right. My last question, and I'm gonna give everybody else a chance. So a team like the New York Liberty,
I love the lip. Yeah.
And the Miami team, what will it take? Do they build through the draft, or do they try to attract free agents? What will it take? Now, I'm sure that the WNBA, being that they're a little bit smaller in size, is not in comparison with the NBA. What would be the best? I guess my question is, what would be the best course of action for a team trying to come up? Is it through the draft or is it through free agency?
Technically, bro, it's really through the draft. Like for instance, because there's only 12 teams, right? And you have the influx of college players coming. For instance, the Washington Mystics, had a great draft. So so they brought in players from college that actually started and played. So I would say through the draft, but I'm happy you mentioned New York Liberty, because here's one thing and one player that might change the direction of the WNBA, and that's Breanna Stewart. If Breanna Stewart goes to the New York Liberty and teams up with that point guard over there, and I want to say Breanna Stewart is from like the New York area. I know she went to UConn, but if she goes and teams up and teams up, with the New York Liberty, man, that can be scary. That can be very scary.
She's from the Syracuse area, and as a person from the city, that's kind of like a world away. But needless to say, she's from New York State. But gotcha.
But it's still New York, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like a Carmelo Anthony type situation.
Yeah. Right. Well, so.
Yeah, he's from Syracuse. Yeah.
He's from Baltimore, but
yeah.
Right. Born in Brooklyn.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah.
But
but he went to Syracuse though. That's why I was saying.
Yes,
I know.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mike. What do you say? Mike. I'm sorry, talking to Mike. Brian, what do you say about? I know you've heard this, and we're going back to kind of like off the court thing, but I've heard a lot. What do you think about when some of the players? I don't know who will be saying it about them saying they should get paid like NBA players. What's your thoughts on that?
My thought on that, obviously, it's all about economics. You only gonna make what you can bring in. You know what I mean? So I get it, but it's not that they want to get paid like NBA players, but the league is very cheap, man. I will say that, and they're trying. They're trying to get more endorsements. And mind you, the NBA has stole a lot of ideas from the WNBA. All those patches that's on the NBA jerseys now. The WNBA been doing that for 5 years. You know what I mean? So, and I mentioned the end tournament, the season end tournament where the NBA is trying to get into the league now. WNBA has that, but getting back to your question, Kev, yeah, man, like for instance, like Draymond's like said, man, I would pay them $1 million just to have them shut up. You know what I'm saying? To stop talking about getting more money. So obviously they can't get the money unless they're bringing in profit.
Right.
But on the other hand, the league and its sponsors and its owners have to do more. And they are, and they're taking that step. Like I said, with having the end tournament during the league to get them extra money. I heard people clowning the trophies, man, that the girls get, the All-Star trophy. It looked like a participation.
Nah, that trophy was terrible, man. That trophy was
horrible. Man.
They went to Target at halftime and when it got that, like, yeah, listen, we need something, please. Right,
man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a give and take type of thing, man. Yeah, the viewership has to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear people always say, well, women don't support them. Why should men? It's a good point. It's a good point.
Not
it's
really.
A good point.
I mean, I guess.
Whoa, Mike knows what you mean. Go ahead.
It's not a good point.
No. But I understand. But women are just not into sports like how men are. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? You'll have some diehards they'll be like, oh, why you want the men to go support the WNBA when the women not even supporting them? Because women don't watch sports like that. A lot of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I said, you have your diehard sports fans who are women, but I mean, I could be wrong. That's just just my opinion.
I will say, Ryan, there's a whole lot of women empowerment going on. So I don't understand why they can't move that empowerment over into the WNBA viewership. I mean, that's at the very least, that's what you should do. That's all I'm saying. And yes, the angry one said it, so y'all can at me all you want.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like, women in power need to be back in the WNBA. They need to be front court. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I totally agree with that, man. I totally agree with that. But again, man,
one thing about it too. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but
no, you good, brother.
A lot of times these people go to these games. Some of these people not even watching the games. They're politicking. They're networking and doing all these other stuff. So again, why not do that? Women empowerment. Y'all get y'all connections together at the WNBA game. Sounds good to me.
I listen. I can't fight you on that, brother. It's got to start somewhere, man. It's got to start somewhere. And again, man, I have countless friends who have daughters and won't even bring them to the games or even have their daughters play the basketball because they're afraid of, I don't know if I can bring this up, but they're afraid of them, being lesbians. That hurts the game as well. To be honest with you, it does. But I don't care if you're a lesbian or if you're, or if you're straight. You can hoop. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very big issue in the WNBA. Like a lot of before WNBA, right, fellas? They had that other women's league that they started. Man, they had them girls in leotards and trying to dress them up sexy. Man, I'm like, man, it was crazy. Like, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you can't. It's a basketball game, man. You can't sell sexuality at a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? And you get that. But then you see a lot of the girls, the WNBA girls now coming from college, man, they're all like models and supermodels and stuff like that. They're very appealing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just a lot of issues dealing with just women's sports in general. Look at the soccer team. I know I don't want to get off topic. Look at the U.S. national soccer team. Them girls are like number one in the world. You know what I'm saying? Right. And had to fight to get same equal pay as the guys do. The men do, who are
better than the men. Correct.
Yeah. Way better than the men. Exactly. So so that's the point they're making. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. It's. I wish I had the answers. You know what I'm saying? But
I know. I just wanted to hear it from somebody that was an avid fan that's hands on with it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
But go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry. No, I was saying this is really great that you came through, man, and bigged up the WNBA and answered some of the hard questions that we had. I'm going through the comments here, and Kirk is
is that going, Kirk?
Yeah.
What Kirk saying?
Kirk and D-Dub, my brother, man. No, I don't see Marlon here, but yeah, my brother D-Dub, who's used to be on the show, but it couldn't be here tonight, man. He was asking some good questions. He would say, women all at the NBA games and NFL games, tailgating, not at the WNBA games. So makes the point, though.
It's different. Yeah, but they're going to a man's game. They're there. Yeah. Normally they're there with their man. They're there with their, you know what I'm saying? They're there. You know what I'm saying? Women tend to like the sport that their man like. You know what I'm saying? Or the team. I was the team. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna support their man's team because they don't want to see their man all upset when they losing. So they want a happy home. So So yeah, they're tailgating at a college football game, a NFL game. I get it. It's a valid point. It's a valid point. There are issues with the WNBA. I'm not saying it's perfect. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like my man said, like, you know what I'm saying, the woman empowerment movement. They have to be at the forefront of this movement, like you said. And that's, that's about it, man. Like with that, yeah, I mean, yeah, tailgating. I mean, who said that, Kirk?
No, that was my brother saying that.
That's your brother?
You can talk junk to him, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's.
Listen, I didn't even know I could do this, so this is pretty cool. So,
yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. So, in your opinion, what is one of the maybe one or two ways that you feel like would bring more viewership to the WNBA? With everything that we talked about tonight or whatever, what do you feel like can almost, I don't want to say instantly, but up the viewership for like next year? What would if you were the commissioner, what would your plan be in place?
My plan, if I was commissioner, and to get more viewership, and when you say viewership, that's running more commercials. You know what I'm saying? Invest in the damn league, man. You know what I'm saying? Like half the time you don't even know the game is on. I know the game is on because I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? Your superstar athletes, promote them, man. You know what I'm saying? Promote them. Try to get them shoe deals. Girls wear shoes too. You know what I'm saying? Promote the league. And again, it goes back to viewership. It goes back to the funding. You know what I'm saying? So, that's where the owners come in. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the WNBA teams, right, are ran by the NBA team at City. I didn't know if anybody knew that, if y'all knew that or not. So I
did, but I thought that changed. I did, but I thought that changed though. I thought that changed for some. Go ahead.
So, like some of them who don't have a NBA team in that city, obviously not. But the LA Sparks, the governor ownership are the LA Lakers. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Dallas. Basically, Washington, all wherever there's a WNBA team in an NBA city, it's under the umbrella of the NBA. So the NBA is also a huge sponsor of the WNBA. So you ever heard? I mean, we all know, scared money don't make no money. You got to push money into it and not be afraid to lose it, man. Like, I mean, enough already, man. Support, promote these women, man. These girls can hoop, man. These girls can hoop. So that's what I would do. I would promote. I would have more commercials. I would promote the superstars in the league, the Breonna Stewarts, the Asia Wilsons, like that, the Della Dons, you know what I mean? And promote them and push them, and but I hate to say it, guys, but it starts with men wanting to watch it. I mean, or we're gonna keep going into this.
It's not just all on the women. Before everybody come and attack me for what I said, it's not all the women. I'm just saying, at least they should be at the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. Like, and I'm talking about celebrity women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Celebrity women be courtside like they are at Laker games and things of that nature. Like I can't wait for like next season, because I'm gonna be in Atlanta a lot, and the Atlanta Dream games are always sold out, and that's a good vibe in there. New York Liberty too. The New York Liberty does do a good job with their fan base.
Hey, you got a question here, Ryan, from our man DA. He's here, but he's not here. DA, say what's up to our man Ryan.
I'm here. Y'all just can't see me. Hey,
what's up, DA?
What's up, baby boy? Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, my friend.
Right. So I'm always with that, and I can rock with you on that, right? Yeah. But I got a few issues, right? And they're not bad.
Absolutely.
Issues, really.
Right.
So I think first and foremost, I think guys have to have a liking to it, right?
Right.
To watch it, right? But the reality with that is, based upon my experiences, is that like the fans right now are as E calls them, casual fans. So they're not really fans of the sport, right? So, and I say that with me, and Kev will tell you, like my son played D1 basketball.
Yeah. And
because he wasn't a high flyer, he watched women's basketball his whole high school career. So he could, back cut a lot of the fundamental things they do.
Absolutely.
A lot better in the female game, right?
Correct. And that's what I preach.
Yeah. He's a basketball dude, right?
Right.
But non-basketball people, and when I say non-basketball people, I mean kind of the fans of the day that are like, oh, I like a player, I don't like a team. I watch this, I don't watch that, or whatever, are not going to watch women's basketball because they're not really watching men's basketball. They're watching to see LeBron, or they're watching to see Westbrook, or they're watching to see KD or the train crash. They're not necessarily watching, And
that's why I said promote your superstars.
Now
you promote,
that promotion, right? And I agree with you, but there has to be, and I got this is the triple point, but I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Absolutely,
where the NCAA and the WNBA are doing this, because in the NCAA men's game, you knew about Zion, you knew about this one, you saw the commercials, right? So
that's a great point.
What happened was that the female NCAA game, you got to prime people for stars, right?
Yeah.
So whether like my man Mike right now, he's a rapper, right?
Yeah,
he's going to be a star, right? But the way that pops off for him the best is if he has a fan base where he's at. So like people will think, oh shoot, Mike just jumped out on the scene. But what makes a rapper or singer or any artist be good is those guys in the underground saying, oh man, this ain't nothing, man. Mike was doing this and Mike was doing this back in the days. For instance, in New York City, right? When 50 came out, dudes fell out. But New York dude, like, yo, he had 10 mixtapes before he dropped. Right. So he was kind of priming what we call the pump for his success. That doesn't happen. It's hard for the America to just drop Belladonna. That's not going to work, man.
That's a good point. That's a great point. It starts by the NCAAs.
So what happens is, right, when you do that, right, and in the NBA game, WNBA game, it takes too many years for that to happen. So it's going to take two years of her pro career before people even know who she is, as opposed to, okay, you had 2 years or 3 years of college basketball. People know who you are. They kind of got an idea of who you are, and then they move forward. Now, again, that happens in the NBA because there's, I believe, and I'm a conspiracy dude if they didn't tell you, the NBA and the NCAA, they work financially to make sure those stars are stars all the way through.
Great point.
And what I'm saying is the NBA at this point in time is no longer willing, after 25 years, to continue to pay for this league without getting any profit. These dudes are millionaires, man. You know, and I say on the show, and everybody here tell you, what is the owner's primary goal? You're going to say, to win a championship.
No, it's to make money.
It's to make money. Yes, it's to make a profit. Right? So the reality is that if they're not making money, after a while, they're going to take a look at the books, and somebody's getting fired, whether it's me, you, or the women's team.
Right. It's
they're
right.
having to figure out a way to get a profit, but they can't continue to get this corporate sponsorship, and I'm using a nice word.
Yeah.
To keep funding what they're doing, right? Because that's not fair, it's not right, and it's not real, right? So right now you're looking at a product that's not necessarily real because it's not on their own dollars. If the Phoenix team, and I just said that because the owner, I can't remember his name, but because they're paying, subsidizing, not paying, subsidizing the women's game, right? And what they want on that strength, like that's not sustainable. And it was a bad business model to begin, because what was going to happen was people were going to push back against the NBA paying for the WNBA, even though it's a great game. The girls are giving it their all. They're doing what they need to do. No problem at all. But the reality is that they will not continue.
That's a good point you make, because that's why my favorite team folded. Yeah. And they were 4-time champions, bro.
Yes.
The Houston Comets are no more, because the owner, Leslie Alexander of the Houston Rockets at the time, was like, I'm not making any money. So they folded the team, a 4-time champion. Yes. With that history. So you make a great point, man. I can't I can't really fight you on that, bro.
The last point is this. With that all being the ecosystem that we're living in for them,
right?
It makes less than any sense that these women jump out. And listen, I always said, right? So I have West Indian roots, so I love football, and I know I'm going on a tangent, right? Football meaning soccer. I always said the female United States team deserves to get paid 3 times as much as the men's team, right? Because they're better, and they win.
But they don't,
driven, right? So the results-driven world, right? But the point that I make is these women jumping out every time we see them talking about, I need to make as much as LeBron. I need to do this. I need to do that.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
And it's killing you because it makes no sense. If LeBron is filling up a 30,000 person arena at $50 a piece, not counting hot dogs, beer, soda, and chips, and you're playing in a 5,000 seat arena, or even worse, playing in the same 30,000 seat arena, but only filling 5,000 seats. Because remember, when you open that building, you have to open that building.
Correct.
Which means all the lights are on. You got to hire everybody that works those weekends still works, right? So essentially, you're going to take a loss for every game. Right. So you're taking a loss, but the women, and no disrespect to them, they're playing. But you don't deserve the same money because you don't bring in the same money.
Right. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just unrealistic.
Yeah, and I think to continue to say that point, to belabor that point, we have to find a better solution.
Correct. I totally agree with you, man. And getting back to the point you made about the NCAA and having it start there and promoting the women. Do you know this is the first year in the NCAA where the women were allowed to use March Madness?
Oh yes.
That's crazy. Wow. And that's going back to your point of saying that the NCAA do a really bad job of promoting their players and their game, as far as the women's side.
This is going back to when Tennessee had stars. I mean, real stars playing for them, right? Sure. And Cheryl Miller, stars, real stars.
USC, Cheryl Miller, USC, yeah,
USC, Tennessee, and of course the UConn run, and then you got the few sprinklings of Baylor and Notre Dame winning championships and having great teams.
And now you got South Carolina.
Yes. Now you got South Carolina. They're not promoting that. They're not promoting it, bro. You know what they're promoting?
NCAA are not doing
Dawn Staley. And Dawn Staley's no longer playing. Don't promote her. She's the coach.
And you know what? You're right. Kudos to her, man, because every time she's on her platform, she tries. She even said, look, I appreciate what ESPN has done for the women's game, but now we need other networks to, you know what I'm saying, like to get on board and bid against ESPN, because ESPN is, you know, even though they're putting them on, they're lowballing them, man. I'm like, there's no reason to put these girls the finals at 4:00 on a Sunday, man. I mean,
so Ryan, when I said that, let me jump in.
Yeah.
When I said that, when I saw that, when I saw you watching your phone, I was like, yo, bro, who thought of to put the game on Sunday against the NFL? Whose crazy idea was that? That's just crazy.
Right.
Let me get one other thing.
Yeah.
As you can see down here on your screen, it says my D-Dub, my brother. He says it's funny how guys will watch the NCAA basketball before the WNBA. What do you think about that? What he just said.
That's you mean the actual like regular season game or the tournament? Because people are not watching regular season girls basketball game. They'll watch the NCAA tournament. I think they watch WNBA regular season more than they watch the college, the NCAA season. But the tournament,
real talk, I don't even remember watching a female Division I college game that was not UConn or somebody, like, you don't even know where those games are at.
Not necessarily true though. All right, now I'm gonna interject.
The tournament.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
With college, it's a different fan base from the beginning. Because when people are fans of a college, they're fans of the college. So it don't matter. They'll watch fucking lacrosse if it's on TV. So
my bad. But only if they're good. They're not gonna watch a women's game if their team isn't Connecticut, isn't Tennessee, isn't South Carolina. The arenas are empty, bro, because the NCAA does a poor job. I mean, bro, just like what? Like a year ago, you saw the girls' locker room, the weight room, what they complained about. Yeah, it was atrocious, man. It was crazy.
Yeah,
so
I understand there's a discrepancy between them two. Like, I understand that completely.
Yeah,
and I'm a college fan, so I watch men and women's. Like, I was watching DePaul last year because Sonia Ann, she just transferred to Texas. So I was watching DePaul last year because she could hoop. So I mean, it just really depends on the fans, and it really depends on the grassroots, because like DA brought up Zion. The thing with Zion was put in our face since he was like 13 years old dunking the damn ball.
Yeah.
Like, they had clips of Zion on the internet for 17 years before he even made it to college, before his recruitment was even open.
They got YouTubes now of girls banging it.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to keep
they out
the
there.
Grassroots. Like, people have
they out there, but it's only fans that are going to watch. Like, if you're a basketball dude, you'll mess with it.
Right.
So the YouTubers and the basketball community at large need to deal with it too. They need to,
but they
like
don't
I said,
go to the pros. It's not enough of them to make a difference in their financial model. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There's really not enough of them to make a dent in their financial model.
All right,
but they are there, right?
Yeah, somebody said in the comments a trans whatever, a star, basically somebody that'll go through the time, somebody that'll last forever. Yeah, they need that, but like I said, somebody has to go out there and find them.
Well, they have them.
They gotta.
Your boys, not to be funny, they have Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie.
Yeah.
Like,
but they didn't have YouTube when we had Cheryl Swoops and Cheryl Miller. Right now
are as good as I'm talking about WNBA, because Cheryl Miller never got a chance to play. But I'm just saying that they had them. They got them now. They got girls now. That Sky Diggins, all that, man. Like, people,
they have them, man.
So
and that's why I say promote the superstars more.
And I'm agreeing, promote them, but also besides the big companies that's promoting them, you got to start somewhere. Like you said, an independent artist. You got to get grassroots. The people got to touch the people. So, like I said, they've been putting Zion in our face since Zion was 12 years old. There was no way in hell he wasn't going to be somebody. There was no way. So, those basketball guys, those YouTube guys, exactly, get their foot in the ground.
And they're still investing.
We got to follow them to the...
Right?
At some point, somebody's going to connect. At some point, somebody's going to connect.
Zion's not playing, but they're still putting it behind him. Anytime he does anything, Zion fought it. ESPN News. Hey, Stephen A.
Because we had Zion since he was 12 years old.
But that's what we're saying. So we're all saying the same thing. I think we all agree. But that NCAA thing has to happen, right? You got to have more than just the. And I had two girls. They used to come to my daycare up in New York, playing in the high school game up in New York. What's that? The I guess it's one of them phone companies, 24 All-Star game that they had a few weeks ago. So you got to promote that better, right? Because the game was on. I knew two girls that played in it, and I didn't see the game. I didn't even know the shit was on, right? Right? Because you know when the boys' game is on, but you don't know when the girls' game's on. Because like Kevin says, it comes on 12 o'clock in the afternoon when the baseball game is on, right? So they put it on at a bad time. So it's got to be more than the little high school games. They got to show like some real games, like that tournament they have at the end of the year for the best high school boys team. They need to do that for the best high school girls team. And then we move from there. But someone got to do it, man. Sorry, I talked too much. Your boy dropped. All right, well, you know, I got to go back to work.
But now on the college level, all the channels that the men's teams play on, the women play on the same networks. So like the Big East got Fox Sports, all the women games is on Fox Sports. Whatever the game is, whatever couple games they putting on, the women's are playing too. So all of them are on the same networks.
I guess it's the time is bad, right? Do they come on like in the middle of the day, in the afternoon?
Nah, they come on whenever games come on. You know, college schedule's kind of funny. So you might have a 6 o'clock and then you got a 9:30 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
like I said, you're probably right. So I got to take a look. I got to take a better look at it. But like
Fox Sports show all the Big East games. So if it's a Big East team you see, all of them right there.
I don't even know they are.
Like I said, I was watching DePaul last year because the girl could hoop.
Right. That's a good thing. I'm with you, man, on that, man. But yo, Niners won. I know you talked about football already. I go back to
we ain't even did that shit. You early.
Niners won. So that's that.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to cut it short and get back to football here probably sometime in the tomorrow, something like that, because we're 50 minutes. Did we lose Ryan? Is Ryan there? I know we lost me for a little bit. Ryan is there. Yeah, there go Ryan. There go E. Sorry, we guys lost him.
Okay, Ryan just dropped.
Ryan, can you hear us? No.
Can you hear me?
We got Ryan now. We got Ryan back. Yeah, I can hear you now, bro.
All right. Yeah.
So, Ryan, real quick, Mike Mills, 5 minutes. Give me your list of what you said today, so you guys on Twitch can argue this point. Go ahead.
All right. So I was involved in a spirited debate about the ESPN top 5 list. In no order, because I don't know the direct order, but the top 5 players were Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, and Joel Embiid. Now, LeBron and Kevin Durant were at numbers 6 and 8. So, a few of my friends were saying they should remove Luka and Nikola Jokic and put KD and LeBron in the top 5. And the main reason they picked those two was because of defense. Now, I agreed. If you want to remove them because of defense, then you need to remove Stephen Curry too. Because why are you penalizing them two for defense and not penalizing Stephen Curry? And that's where the debate ensued.
I will say my point like this, brother. If it's a basketball team and you're playing 5-on-5 with that group, yes, you got to drop dudes out. But if they're just naming us 5 best guys in the league based on stats, MVP, yada, 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 it's a good squad. It's the squad that's supposed to be there because they don't care about defense any goddamn way in the NBA until the playoffs start. But if you're talking about, Mike, I need a 5 to play. Oh, yeah, you got to drop them 2 dudes out because you would be the slowest team to ever play the freaking game. That's basically what it is. Now, forget about the fact that, Luka don't play no D, and Curry don't play no D, and, the Joker definitely don't play no D. He play a Mark Eaton 7-foot D. Like, he'll block your shot because he's 7 feet tall. Embiid's a wee bit better.
But he's in the same lane too.
Yeah, same thing. But all three of them play the same type of defense. Like Giannis is not stealing the ball from you and getting in the passing lanes. He's blocking shots and rebounding. That's what he does. But to that point, if you're playing a 5-on-5, yeah, I'm putting LeBron and KD in there. But if you're just listening to top 5 dudes, then yeah, you gotta make it happen with that group.
What you got on that, brother?
Yeah, I think what ESPN actually did was they had a bunch of reasons why they came up with the list. So there were a lot of like, oh, we did it because of this, because of that, because of, I mean, obviously, man, if you're talking about greatness, I mean, LeBron and KD has to be in the top 5. But I don't think that's what they were talking about. I think they're looking more on what's going to happen in the future, because age is definitely a part of it. All right, and they had bad seasons, man. Let's be honest. I mean, Lakers didn't make the playoffs. All right, even LeBron before he got hurt was damn near leading the league in scoring.
Right.
But he didn't finish strong. They didn't even make it to the play-in game, I don't think. So that factors in it. So and then with KD, the way KD went out and the whole debacle with the Nets, I think that factors in it. If we're just talking about greatness, of course they're in the top 5. I have no problem with this top 5, to be honest with you. If we're talking about moving forward on what's going to happen into the upcoming season. And I think that's what ESPN was talking about, because like I said, they gave all kind of caveats on how they came up with the list. I mean, the reason why Curry's on there is because of what he just did in the finals, and he won the chip. So, moving forward, I don't think this is an all-time great debate. Yeah, if it's an all-time great debate, yeah. KD and LeBron better be in the top 5. But moving forward, I'm like, I have no problem with the list, to be honest with you. I have no problem with the list. So that's where I stand on it.
The angry one? Go ahead, bro. What you got?
I'm gonna just say this is just like I don't have a problem with the list either. This is just nothing more than a preseason list. So who do you think is going to win? Blah blah blah. It's based off of last season, so I don't have no issues with it. Because I mean, if these guys stay healthy, KD and LeBron will be right back at it next year. So I'm not worried about it, man. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's up to, I think, people leave these names off and people get their panties in a bunch or whatever. But it's not even like that. You know what I'm saying? These guys have already they've done what they've done. It's the Lukas and the Jake Tatums of the world that gotta prove themselves consistently like these guys have. But again, in closing, this is just based off of last year. I don't have no issues with it.
What place was Giannis at?
Yeah.
What place was
I do have an issue with the Tatum, though.
I couldn't tell you the top 5, like the order on top of my head. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But the overwhelming issue was they wanted to remove Jokic and Luka for lack of defense, but you want to keep Stephen Curry.
That's crazy.
But that's the same thing. He does the same thing as them.
There will be nobody but Giannis on that list, and it'll be Giannis 5 times.
And Embiid plays D, and Embiid plays defense. It'll be Giannis and Embiid if you're just talking about defense alone.
What do you think, Kev?
I was asking where Giannis needs to be in there because he plays both
there.
sides of the ball.
He was number 1, I believe. He was ranked 1.
Yeah, he got the crown coming now.
I think for me, I'm with some of the guys. Yeah, KD and LeBron. But as you go forward, like E said, what have you done for me kind of lately, right? So what you did last year should be transposed to this list for this year. And we're not saying all time, just, right now, right? That's what the list is saying? Because everybody has a different criteria with the list, who's this and who's better. And I think in basketball, my opinion, I think you had to take into account not just offense, but, part of basketball also is defense. And you got to be able to play both sides of the ball. I hate to say that in 2022,
No, it ain't Kev. I don't care about no damn defense. Colin Cowherd said no one wants to see no damn defense.
Who? No, we're not. We're not hashtagging him and nothing in this show. No.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, wrong show. He's on whatever he's on. You go to his show, sir, whoever you are. No, defense is important. I think defense is important. That's why they play defense in the playoffs, right? Unfortunately, they don't
play defense all the way through.
You're supposed to.
Grade all the way to the pros, and then they tell you to stop. But you can't make a team, any team, if we don't play no D.
Right.
So. I think defense for me is more team defense when we're having this kind of debate, or if you're having an MVP debate and you want to break a tie or something like that. But man, ain't nobody in the NBA playing defense, man.
Nope.
No, that's absolutely right. You're right.
Now this
playing D.
Dudes, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think my man on the Celtics, Brown, Jalen, he plays D. He guards up.
Marcus Smart guards up.
Marcus Smart guards up too.
Yeah.
What's dude on Memphis guards up. One of them light skinned brothers they got there, he guard up.
Bang.
Not Kyle. You're my man, Kyle. Slow mo. It's not you. But there's dudes here and there throughout the league that, at least make an attempt at what an old guy would perceive as defense.
Right.
But yeah, I know. The list, like Kevin said, something that made a lot, and we off air argue about these, like the NFL top 100 list. Like, is this a list for this year or is it a career list? Like, what's the criteria? So there's always something. But ESPN do it. ESPN do.
ESPN do. Mike, hopefully that answered some of the questions for your guys. I don't know if they're chiming in. Yeah. They haven't said nothing in the chat, so to speak. But did we lose Ryan? There you go, Ryan. He's right there, man.
I'm here.
This is a very interesting list, man. And Ryan, listen, applause and thank you, brother, for coming through with this WNBA thing. Yo.
Thank you,
I don't have my applause now. Yo, man, we had you have you come back through, man. Talk about this some more, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no problem, man. Especially when the season starts, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll come on every now and again, or whatever you need me on. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Thank you for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Also talk about some NBA too, man. Since let me give you some claps here right now. There you go.
All right.
But
NBA, UFC, anything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, UFC. Real quick, because
they gotta pay him now.
They
ain't paying him. They want me. I can't. What? I mean, you can do UFC all day.
Yeah, I'm a big UFC fan.
Real quick, and I don't think he would mind. D-Dub is our boxing guy, but Ryan, me and you talked about boxing the other day when I saw you at the store. Real quick, what you think about the fight with Triple G and Canelo the other night?
He looked old, man. He looked old, and Triple G was supposed to be in there, man.
Nah, dog.
And that's another sport where, like, half the time I don't even know the fights are on, bro. Like, they do a bad job of promoting, man.
Well, with the same crew, that ESPN crew. Once you dip your toe in the ocean, you're fucked.
Yeah,
you can be on ESPN, ESPN3, ESPN 18.
ESPN Ocho.
The Ocho.
Yeah.
Dímelo. You can't. Listen. You can't. It's not. It's funny. I'm old, man. I remember watching prize fights on Saturday afternoons on ABC, on Wide World of Sports. Like Eddie Shavers and Ken Norton fights, it's hard, man. I don't think it's that people don't want to watch boxing, because Max Kellerman says something that makes all the sense in the world, man. He said if you got four corners, you got a football game on one corner, basketball game on another corner, hockey game on another corner, baseball game on another corner, and two dudes that ain't playing none of those sports in the middle of the street start the fight, everybody's going to stop playing those sports and go watch that fight.
That's a good point.
People will always go watch a fight if you market the fight.
Absolutely.
And it's either to watch them or see the train crash, or you love Money Mayweather or you hate him. You know,
oh,
it's
that's it.
still there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know it's part of the boxers' fault too, or their management for not taking fights when they're young and in shape, and you know it's a good fight.
Right.
Dudes waiting, you know, till they're too old to fight someone, and all those things. So, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's really a lot. So
yeah. Listen, we're gonna have to get out of here, but before we get out of here, this is a really good show, man. We're gonna give parting shots real quick. E, what you got for us?
Yo, man, nothing heavy. I want to thank my man Ryan for coming on with the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Hopefully we'll have you back soon, man. It was a very spirited conversation that was very much needed, and it needs to continue. So shout out to DA and Diddy in the comments, Marlon and Kurt. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. And another great show. I just want to give a quick prayers and condolences to my man Hassan Davis. He was in the comments a little while ago. He had death in his family. His aunt passed away. I just want to give my condolences to him and his family. And we'll be back here again next Thursday. Remember to catch us on Mondays, 4th and Short, live, 11 a.m. Mondays. I'm out. That's all I got.
Mike Mills, what you got for us, sir? Mike Mills, are you there?
Crickets.
He ain't there. DA, what you got?
Hey, Ryan, thank you, sir. And to the
You're welcome, my brother.
My apologies for being late. You know how it be. Got to make this money, and I'll be going back to it. I thank you guys for being here and accepting me. And, you know, even when I'm late, and I would like to thank the audience for listening, because this is all education, like, you know, real talk. As long as it's funny, but we're still here to educate. So I thank you guys for listening. God bless you, and good night. That's my Russell Simmons for the day. God bless you, and good night.
All right.
Thank you, man. Mike Mills, are you there? He's with his people, I guess, about 5 lists. Okay, he'll come back. Listen, again, Ryan, thank you so much, man. I know I said earlier 15 minutes, and I made an executive decision and rock with this for an hour. This was
we were flowing, man. That was good topic. And thank you for having me, man. So, thank you for having me, Kev. The platform, to talk about my beloved NBA. I love the WNBA.
Yes, you do.
I'm always rep the WNBA. The girls need their shine. Thank you for the platform, man. Thank you, you guys, for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
See, we didn't ask you who's the GOAT, so we didn't ask that question because we didn't want to have no fist fights. So
say it again.
I said we didn't ask you who's the GOAT because that.
He already said it, DA. You missed it.
He said it.
He already said it. Who's the GOAT, Ryan?
I think Diana Taurasi's the GOAT. In the WNBA.
Yeah, probably, yes. Yeah.
In the WNBA.
She is actually, to me, she's probably the best player to come out of UConn.
Oh, absolutely.
Her career at UConn was crazy.
Yeah.
And she played with stars. No, she was on a team full of stars, and she was the star. Because she played with Obo and all of them. And
Stu Bird. Yeah.
Listen, they was beating people like it was an AAU game.
But damn, man. Brianna Stewart, man. Whew. Gosh, she can hoop.
That girl they got there now is cold, but she just ain't cold like Rossi. That's all.
Oh, and she just tore her ACL, man. Yeah, man. But I think the all-time greatest basketball player though of all time is Cheryl Miller.
Oh yeah, well, shoot. People didn't understand what Cheryl Miller was doing.
Oh yeah.
That whole team was a little weird. They didn't even understand
that USC team.
They wouldn't even understand that. But see,
man.
Your girl from Tennessee, God bless the dead, she took her template from that team.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk.
Good point.
One day we'll talk because where my son played in New York, the New York Gauchos AAU team. Look up their girls team. They had the best coach ever, and they had more girls come out of there. Going at Shamiqua, Host Claw, all of them went out of there to go play at UT. So it was very serious. Their practices were harder than the men's to me, and the men had Stephon Marbury and a whole bunch of dudes. So it was very, very serious. So, hey, go ahead, man. Enjoy yourself, and thank you for coming again, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Ryan DeSouza, man, we thank you very much. Hey, we got to go. I got to go. Hey, this is the Sports Chasers podcast, man. Hey, we enjoyed everybody today. Hey, remember to like, click, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, all that stuff, man. Look out for us on Mondays for Fourth and Short. No, we didn't get to baseball. We didn't get to football. Hey, we'll handle that on the social media tip, but I think this was very important to talk about it today, man. But on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Owan, your host and moderator, the DA, the Angry One, James Eric, Mike Mills, D-Dub in his absence, also Dan, our hockey dude, in his absence, and also our special guest, my main man on the trigger tonight, Ryan DeSouza. Hey, thank you, brother. Be blessed. Hey, this is the Sports Podcast, man. Y'all be good. Be blessed. Y'all take care. Thank you. Here's out.
Yo.
DeSouza.
Yeah.
Hey, man. We can talk about it. We will.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was fun, guys. That was fun, man. It was and it was different. And it was different, right? As far as
we still alive. Hold on.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
With Kevin, are you frozen?
I'm glad I ain't say nothing crazy.
Right.
And we still
all right, fellas.
All right, yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you once again, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. All right now.
All right.
Peace.
Where's our moderator at? Okay, well, I'm gonna close the show. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless and good night.